Hello, this is Mrs. Ridgway, and we're going to be working the second part of Word Chapter 2. So if you would like to follow along in the book, please turn to page 26 and 27 and take a quick view of how an MLA paper should look. We're going to be discussing MLA style research paper and its different rules. The MLA style represents Modern Language Association. That's what the acronym represents. And it is a particular style or rules that describe the preferred format or style for a certain type of writing. And so there's the Chicago style. There's APA, which is American Psychological Association style. But we're going to be focusing more on Modern Language Association, MLA style, which is widely used. At the bottom of page 28, step 1 reads that we are to navigate to Chapter 2. And so as you can see on my screen, I am inside my Word 1 through 4 Student Data Files folder looking in at Chapter 1, 2 through 4. I'm going to double click on Word 2. And we are working the tutorial, so this is also considered the module. Double click on module, and according to step 1, we are to open the 2-2 document. So I'm going to open it up, and we are to name this document Hamilton. So we're going to go to, we want to leave the original document alone and go to File, Save As, choose where you plan to save your document, and we're going to name this WD2 underscore Hamilton, Hamilton underscore with your last name, and then save. Okay, and as you can tell up at the top on the title bar, you'll see that you've named your document with your last name. Okay, step 2, make sure that we're at 120% view. So look at the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and you can use the zoom bar to zoom your paper to 120%. Step 3, review the document to familiarize yourself with its structure. First, notice that the parts of the document that already match the MLA style. There is a checklist for formatting a default Word document to match the MLA style. First, your document is to be double-spaced, the entire document, all the way through the works, cited works. And so first you need to double-space the entire document, make sure that you remove extra paragraph spacing from the entire document after you double space. Increase the font size for the entire document to 12 points. Default is probably 11. That's what it's showing on my screen. Indent the first line of each body paragraph 0.5 inches from the left margin. In other words, you can tab or you can do indent them all at one time. Add the page number preceded by your last name in the upper right corner of each page. If you prefer, you can omit this from the first page and it will show on the remaining pages, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so Sabrina included a block of information in the upper left corner of the first page. She gave her name, her instructor's name, the course name, and the date. This is the correct order of the information that is to be in the upper left corner of the first page. The title at the top of the first page also meets the MLA guidelines in that it is centered and it does not have any special formatting. The headings, Early Life and Revolutionary War, Federalist Papers, Building a New Economy, have no special formatting, but unlike the title, they are left aligned. They're not to be centered, they are to be left aligned. And then finally, the body text is left aligned with a ragged right margin, and the entire document is formatted in the same font, Calibri, which is easy to read. Okay, so what needs to be changed to be consistent with the MLA style? Well, first of all, we need to, again, look at the checklist. We need to double space the entire document, remove any extra paragraph spacing from the entire document once we double space. We need to change the font size of the entire document to 12 points, indent each of the paragraphs, and then add the page number preceded with our name in the upper right corner, and make sure that it is also 12 points in size. Okay, at the bottom of page 29, to begin applying MLA formatting to the paper, we need to press, look at your keyboard, the Control plus A key. And that's for all, and that will select the entire paper. Make sure that your Home tab is selected on the ribbon, and mine is. Step 3, in the paragraph group, so go to the paragraph group, and we're going to click the line and space and paragraph spacing, line and paragraph spacing, and we're going to choose 2.0 for double spacing. And then we're going to click the line and spacing button again, because some of these spacings are showing triple space, and the entire document needs to be double space. So we're going to click the line and spacing button again and remove space after. It's at the very bottom of the menu. Remove space after the paragraph. The entire document is now double spaced with no paragraph spacing, and the entire document is still selected. Okay, step 5, in the font group, okay, go up to the font group. We're going to click the font size arrow. So click this font size arrow, and then we're going to click on 12 to make sure that we change the text size to 12 for the entire document. Click anywhere in your document to deselect the text. So I'm going to click to deselect the text. And then step 7, in the first paragraph of the document, replace Sabrina's name. Again, I'm going to turn on my show hide so you can see here's paragraph 1, and below that's paragraph 2, 3, 4. The title is paragraph 5, and so forth. All right, so in the first paragraph of the document, we're going to replace Sabrina's name with your first and last name, and then we're going to save the document. All right, so type your first and last name. Now you need to indent the first line of each body paragraph. Turn to page 30. Word offers a number of options for indenting a paragraph. As you can see in figure 2-18, the common paragraph indents are first align, hanging indent, the 0.5 indent, and the 1-inch indent. So take some time to really study the difference in these different, in the common paragraph indents. The first line indent marker is, if you look at your ruler, and if your ruler is not turned on, you need to go to View, and you need to turn on your ruler. Okay, I'm going to go back to Home. Now, when you're looking at the top of your document, at the ruler, the first line indent marker is the triangle shaped. It's the triangle shape, and it looks like the top half of an hourglass, okay? So it's this one up here. I don't know if it's showing my mouse pointing to it, but the first line indent looks like an upside down triangle. The hanging indent marker looks like the bottom half. All right, so it's talking about, let's see if I can get on it. All right, there, the bottom half of which looks like the hourglass. It's the right side up triangle. The rectangle below the hanging indent marker is the left indent marker. So I'm going to move my mouse down so We can rest on that little yeah, there we go, on the little rectangle. This is your left indent marker. The right indent marker looks just like your hanging indent marker, except that it's located on the far side, over here at the 6.5 marker. Okay, on the horizontal ruler at the top. Okay, I'm on page 31. We know we can press tab also when we're indenting, but let's look to see what our book has us doing. To indent the first line of each paragraph on the first page of the document, just below the title, click anywhere in the first main paragraph, Alexander Hamilton ... Okay, so just click anywhere. And on the horizontal ruler at the top, position the pointer over the first line indent marker, which looks like the upside down triangle. So first, and when you see the screen tip, it'll read first line indent. You know that your mouse is positioned correctly. Press and hold the mouse button as you drag the first line indent marker to the right to the 0.5-inch mark on your horizontal ruler. Okay, so here we're going to drag it to the right there. And so it indents 0.5 inches on the horizontal ruler. Okay, step 4, when the first line indent marker is positioned at the 0.5-inch mark, release the mouse, which I did. Step 5, scroll down if necessary and click anywhere in the next paragraph in your document. Okay, so I'm going to go down and I'm going to click all told. All right. And then we're going to drag the first line indent marker to the right to the 0.5-inch mark on the horizontal ruler, as we did before. So we're going to go up to the top and drag 0.5. We could continue to drag the indent marker to indent the first line of the remaining body paragraphs, but it's faster to use the repeat button on our quick access toolbar at the top left-hand corner. Okay, number 6, scroll down and click in the paragraph below Early Life heading. All right, here's the Early Life heading. We're going to click in the paragraph below, and then we're going to click the repeat button, which is up at the top on the quick access toolbar, and it's pointing to the left like a circle. So we're going to click repeat, and then we're going to scroll down, scrolling down to the next paragraph, which would be, I see a paragraph mark at the end of this paragraph, so on page 1, so I'm going to go to page 2 and click inside the paragraph and click the repeat, and then scroll down below New York City. Let's see, below the Revolutionary War, click in the paragraph and repeat on down. And I see it ends the paragraph right here, so I'm going to indent this one, which is his heroics. Okay, let's see here. Repeat, okay. Then we're going to keep going until we see the next paragraph. That's why it's very important that you turn on the show hide so you can actually see where the paragraph ends. All right, so we're going to click in Hamilton spent the winter and repeat that command and continue down, and then we see the Federalist Papers heading. We're going to click in the paragraph below, and we're going to repeat. Get over here to repeat. Continue down to the next heading, Building a New Economy. We're going to click in the paragraph and repeat. Continue, and we click in the last paragraph and repeat. Okay, so we're going to scroll to the top of the document and we're going to verify that we have correctly indented the first line of each body paragraph. All right, so let's scroll back up. Well, we did that paragraph, and this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's count that again. Make sure there's 10 paragraphs that have been indented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there should be 10 paragraphs. When you insert page numbers in a document, you don't have to type a page number on each page. Instead, we have a command to insert a page number field, which is an instruction that tells Word to insert a page number on each page. Word inserts page number fields above the top margin in your blank area of the document known as the header, or below the bottom margin in the area known as the footer. So remember, header at the top, footer at the bottom. After you insert a page number field, Word switches to header and footer view. The MLA style requires a page number preceded by the student's last name in the upper right corner of each page. So we're going to add the page numbers to the research paper. Press step 1 at the bottom of page 32. We're going to press Control plus Home to get to the very top of the paper. And then on the ribbon, we're going to click the Insert tab, which is next to the Home tab. And in your header and footer group, so look at the group names at the bottom of each of the different groups that are divided on the ribbon, and we're going to locate the header and footer group and click Page Number. Page Number button to open the page number menu. Okay, we want to point to the top of the page is where we're wanting the page number, so we'll choose Top of Page. And step 5 on page 33, in the gallery, we are to click the plain number 3 style. Okay. The Word window switches to the header and the footer view with the page number showing up in the header. Okay, number 6, we're to type your last name. All right, so. And then press your space bar to add a space. If you see a wavy red line below your last name, you can right-click your name, and then you can add it to the dictionary, or you can click Ignore All on the shortcut menu. All right, now, while we're in the header, we're going to select the last name and the page number field. Okay, let's select it all. And remember, the entire document needs to be size 12 font. So we're going to go to Home, and we're going to choose 12. Okay, number 9, click the page number field to display its gray background. All right, I'm going to click here. Okay, I've clicked it, and I'm displaying its gray background. Let me move my little mouse out of the way so you can see. And then on page 34, number 10, scroll down and observe the page number at the top of pages 2, 3, and 4. So let's do that. There's 2, 3, and 4. All right. As you can see, whatever you inserted in the header on one page appears on every page of the document by default. Okay, now on number 11, scroll up to return to the first page. Okay, so we're going to go up to the first page. On the Header and Footer Tools Design tab, All right, that's why we selected 1, so that if you look at the top ribbon, you'll see Design tab towards the middle, and then above it, you'll see the words Header and Footer Tools. You're going to click Design. And then in the Design ribbon, right below the word Design, you'll see the options group, and we are wanting to choose. We're going to click Different First Page. We're going to click Different First Page because we do not want the page number and name to show on the first page. We just want it to show on the page 2, 3, and 4. So when we clicked in the box, Different First Page, the page number field and your last name were removed from the first page header. All right, now let's close the header and footer and scroll down. You'll see that 2, 3, and 4 are still embedded in the paper. Okay, we finished all the tasks related to formatting the MLA style research paper. Now Sabrina would like to add a footnote to provide some extra information. Creating a footnote. Well, a footnote is an explanatory comment or a reference that appears at the bottom of the page. When you create a footnote, Word inserts a small superscript number called a reference marker in the text. The term superscript means that the number is raised slightly above the line of text. Endnotes are similar, except that the text of an endnote appears at the end of a document rather than at the bottom of a document. Okay, now let's move over to page 35. To add a footnote to the research paper, we're going to use the navigation pane to find the phrase, made him invaluable. Okay, so we're going to use the shortcut Control plus F to bring up, Control F as in Frank, to bring up the navigation pane. And we're looking for the phrase, we're going to type in made him invaluable. Okay, so we're going to type that in the box, made him invaluable. Okay, and it jumps down to, looks like we're on page 2. And on page 2, then we're going to click just to the right of the period after invaluable. All right, remember, you click after the period. Okay, just right after the period. And then we're going to close the navigation pane on the left. And then on the ribbon, we're going to click References tab. So go up to the top and choose References tab. Number 4, in the Footnotes group. All right, so look at the bottom of each of these groups of commands, and you'll find footnotes. And in the footnote groups, we're going to click Insert Footnote. So insert a footnote, which will show at the bottom. A superscript 1 is inserted to the right of the period after the word invaluable. If you look up there, Word also inserts the number 1 in the bottom margin below a separator line. The insertion point is now located next to the number in the bottom margin. It's ready for you to type the text of your footnote. Step 5, we're going to type what you see on step 5. A digital archive is letters maintained by the New York Public Library, testifies to his excellence excellent handwriting, period. Okay, make sure you have no blue wavy grammatical errors, and make sure you have no red wavy lines showing spelling errors. And if you do, be sure to correct those. All right, now we need to scroll up to the third line of page 2, locate the phrase, send Hamilton to New York. All right, so let's scroll up to the third line, right here, third line of page 2, 1, 2, 3. And locate, send Hamilton to New York to be educated. And then you're going to click to the right of the period. So click just to the right of the period, and we are going to insert another footnote. So to insert a footnote, we're going to go back up to the footnote group. Okay. Oh, I got to get back on references. Okay, so references. Click on the references tab, and then in the footnotes group, we're going to choose insert footnote. And then we're going to type the letter impressed a local newspaper owner who decided to publish it. Again, make sure you have absolutely no grammatical errors or spelling errors. Because this footnote is placed earlier in your document than the one that you just created, Word inserts a superscript 1 for this footnote, and then it renumbers the other footnote as 2. You can easily move back and forth between superscript footnotes numbers and footnote text, as you'll see in the next 2 steps. Okay, step 3, scroll up to the first paragraph of page 2. All right, I'm going to go up to, we're on page 2, we're going to the first paragraph, and double click the superscript 1. All right, so we're going to get on top of it and double click on 2. And it jumps down. The screen scrolls down to display the footnote at the bottom of your page. Okay, double click the 1 at the beginning of your footnote. Okay, so we're going to double click the 1, and it moves us up quickly to the superscript number on the page. All right, now from here, the book is telling us we need to save, so let's save. Okay, inserting endnotes is similar to inserting footnotes, except that the notes appear at the end of the document. To insert an endnote, you would click where you want to insert it, and then click the Insert Endnote button in the Footnotes group on the References tab. We've been working with references. We've been inserting a footnote, but now we're going to be inserting an endnote. Okay, on page 30, okay, we're moving over to page 38. We're going to be creating citations. And with citations, we have endnotes. Before you create citations, you need to select the style that you want to use, which in the case of Sabrina's paper is the MLA style. Then, to insert a citation, you click the Insert Citation button in the Citations and Biology or Bibliography group on the References tab. By default, an MLA citation includes only the author's name in parentheses. However, you can use the Edit Citation dialog box to add a page number. You can also use the Edit Citation dialog box to remove or to suppress the author's name, so only the page number appears in the citation. However, in an MLA citation, Word will replace the suppressed author name with the title of the source. So you need to suppress the title as well in this case. Okay, on page 39, to select a style for the citation and bibliography. Number 1, on the ribbon, we're going to click the References tab. Okay, so we're going to go to the References tab, which I already show at the top. In the Citations and Bibliography group, all right, let's look for the Citations and the Bibliography group. We're going to click the Style error. Okay, Style error. Okay, the arrow is showing MLA, and that's where we want the arrow to, when you click it, you want to click MLA 7th edition. Let me make sure mine is showing 7th edition. Yes, it is. Okay. And then we're going to bring up the navigation pane by pressing Control plus F for Frank. Control F as in Frank to bring up the navigation pane. We're going to look for a phrase. So let's type a particular phrase. Let me get over there, and we're going to look for a phrase in our paper quickly by typing. However, as at least one historian. Aha. And so it highlights it in the paper for us, which appears on page 3 of our document. So we're going to click in the document at the end of the sentence, between the end of the word him and the closing period. For the endnote citation, it's between the period. A while ago for the footnote, it was after the period. All right, so we're going to click at the end between him, end of the sentence, between him and the period. We're going to close the navigation pane, and we're going to make sure we're in References, so be sure to click References tab on your ribbon if necessary. We need to add a citation that informs the reader that the historian made the observation described in the sentence. So we're going to insert citation in the Citations and Bibliography group, and that opens the menu. At this point, you could add new placeholder on the menu to insert a temporary placeholder citation. However, because you have all the necessary source information, you can just go ahead and create a complete citation. So on the menu, we're going to click Add New Source. Add New Source. The Create Source dialog box opens, ready for you to add the information required to create a bibliography entry for this particular book. Step 8, if necessary, click the type of source arrow. Well, our source is a book, and mine is showing a book for the type of source. So then we're going to move to step 9 in the author box. We're going to click in the author box, and we're going to type the name of the author, Natalia Cruz. Step 10, click in the title box. So we're going to go down and click in the title box, and then we're going to type Alexander Hamilton, immigrant and patriot. Okay, step 11, click the year box. We're going to go down the year box, 2014. This is the year the book was published. And next we need to enter the name and the location of the publisher. So click the city box and type New York. And then click the publisher box and type the name of the publishing company. Finally, you need to indicate the medium used to publish the book. In this case, Sabrina used a printed copy, so the medium is print. For books or journals published online, the correct medium would be web. So let's choose medium and type print. Step 14, we are to click OK. Click OK. Although the citation looks like ordinary text, it is actually contained inside a content control, which is a special feature used to display information that is inserted automatically and that may need to be updated later. You can see the content control itself only when it is selected. And when it is unselected, you simply see the citation. In the next set of steps, we will select the content control and then edit the citation to add a page number. Step 1, in the document, click the citation cruise. All right, so click on cruise in parentheses. Okay, there's our content control box. The citation appears in the content control, which is a box with a tab on the left and an arrow button on the right. Now, these are the options. The arrow button is called the Citation Options button. Step 2, we're going to click Citation Options. A menu of options related to editing a citation opens. To edit the information about the source, you would click Edit Source. To change the information that is displayed in the citation itself, you use the Edit the Citation option. Step 3, on the citation options, we're going to choose to edit the citation. And the Edit Citation dialog box opens up. We're going to be typing the page number for a citation for the citation, and then to display only a page number in the MLA citation, we will need to select the author and the title boxes so that these will be suppressed, not showing. Turn the page to page 42. We're going to type 37 for the page number. And we're going to suppress the author and title. I want to make sure, let's see, to add a page number, we did that. You type the page number in the page box. If you already mentioned the author's name in the same sentence, okay, then you would also select the author and title. All right. Okay, so says that if you already mentioned the author's name in the same sentence, in the text, then you would also select the author and title checkboxes in this dialog box to suppress this information. But I don't see it in the sentence, so we're just typing in 37 for the page number, and then we're going to click OK. So I'm going to uncheck this, and click OK. Now we should be looking at the revised citation of Cruise 37. Now to insert 2 more citations, we're going to scroll down to the second to the last paragraph on page 3. Okay, and then we're going to click at the end of the last sentence in the paragraph, which begins, according to historian Jeffrey Olin, okay, we're going to go to the very end of the sentence, and we're going to click between powers and the period. This sentence does mention historian Jeffrey Olin, so you need to add a citation to one of his journal articles. Step 2, in the Citations and Bibliography group, we're going to click Insert a Citation. So we'll go back up to Citations and Bibliography, Insert Citation. Notice that Cruz's book is now listed as a source on this menu. So we simply could just click his book on the menu to add a citation to it. But right now, you need to add a new citation. We're going to click Add New. And then we're going to click the type of source to be a journal article. So click the down arrow, it's a journal article. And then we're going to type the information that we see on page 43. The author is Jeffrey Olin. The title of the book or the article is Alexander Hamilton, Inventing, oops, I misspelled inventing, American banking. The journal name, I'm going to click in journal, and we're going to enter. Okay, we're going to enter 2015 for the date or the year. The pages are page 122 through 145. The volume. Okay, so as you see, we cannot find volume. So in order to see all of the bibliography fields, we would need to check this little box next to Show All Bibliography Fields, the lower left-hand corner. All right, now we can scroll down, and we should be able to see volume and enter 30, issue 5, and then medium is web. So let's go down to medium. And so we're going to type web. It was found on the web. When you are finished, your Create Source dialog box should look like the one that you see in the book itself. And then we're going to make sure you check your spelling, make sure you don't have any errors. And then we're going to click OK. All right, and now you see the author's name in parentheses. We're going to click Olin, the Olin citation, and then we're going to click the citation option button, which is that arrow. And then we're going to edit the citation. So let's choose to edit the citation. In the pages box, we're going to type 142. So that's the page it's on. And then we're going to click author, since it already mentions the author's name. And we need to also click on title. We need to suppress both the author's name and the title, because otherwise Word will replace the suppressed author name with the title. So it's best to suppress both the author name and the title. When using the MLA style, you don't ever have to suppress the year, because the year is never included as part of an MLA citation. When working in other styles, however, you might need to suppress the year. All right, so on page 44, we're going to click OK. And that closes your Edit Citation dialog box. And then we're going to click anywhere outside the control or the content control to deselect. You're going to need to know content control. That's part of your test. Okay, now we should be looking at only the page number at the end of that sentence. Number 10, scroll down to the last sentence in the document. Okay, last sentence in the document, and click at the end of the sentence to the left of the period after 1811. All right, on the reference tab, we're going to go up to the top. In the Citations and Bibliography group, we're going to click the Insert Citation. So we're inserting a citation. And then we're going to click Olin Jeffrey's source because this is from his publication. So we're going to choose Jeffrey. We've already entered all his information. And then we're going to save the document. Next, we're going to be inserting a page break. A manual page break is one that you insert at a specific location in your document. It doesn't matter if the previous page is full or not. To insert a manual page break, we use the page break button in the Pages group on the Insert tab. All right, so we're going to insert a manual page break. Press the Control, look at your keys on the keyboard and hold down the Control, and then we're going to click End, which is below the Home key in the editing keys to get to the very end of your document, which that's where I'm at now. And then we're going to click the Insert tab. So go up to the top and click Insert. And in your Pages group, look for the Pages group on the far left. We're going to click Page Break Button. So let's click Page Break Button, and that brings us to the next page. Word inserts a new blank page at the end of the document. And note that you could have used the Control plus Enter keyboard shortcut to insert a manual page break, but our book was showing us how to do it this way. Number 4, scroll up to see the dotted line with the words page break. All right, you've got to have your show hide turned on in order to see the page break. If you do not have the show hide on, click on the Home tab and click on that backwards P in the paragraph group. Okay, so now you can see the page break at the bottom of the text on page 4. You can delete a manual page break just as you would delete any other non-printing character by clicking immediately to its left and then pressing the delete key. I'm going to press delete so that you can see, and then I'm going to put it back in. Go back up so you can see that I put the page break, the manual page break back in. All right, on page 45, we're going to be generating a bibliography. To insert the bibliography, we're going to scroll down so that you can see the insertion point at the top of page 5. On the ribbon, click the References tab if it's not selected already. So click the References tab and then look for the Citations and Bibliography group. Click Bibliography. If you click on it, it's going to show you the different styles. The Bibliography menu opens and it displays 3 styles with pre-formatted headings. You have the Bibliography heading, References heading, and the Works Cited. The Insert Bibliography command at the bottom inserts a bibliography directly into your document as a field without a content control and without a pre-formatted heading. All right, so let's turn to page 46. For the MLA style, we use Works Cited. So let's click Works Cited. Word inserts the bibliography with 2 entries below the Works Cited. The bibliography text is formatted in Calibri. The default font for the Office theme. The Works Cited heading is formatted with the heading 1 style. To see the content control that contains the bibliography, you need to select it. So you just click on it, and you can see this is your content control containing the bibliography. Step 5, we're going to click anywhere in the bibliography. Inside the content control, the bibliography is highlighted in gray, indicating that it is a field and not regular text. The content control containing the bibliography is also now visible in the form of a rectangular border and a tab with 2 buttons at the top here. As Sabrina looks over the Works Cited list, she realizes that she misspelled the last name of one of the authors. So we need to correct and then update the bibliography. To modify information about a source, you click the citation to that source in the document. We're going to click the Citation Options button, and then we're going to click Edit the Source. So, step 1 at the bottom of page 47 reads, click in the blank paragraph below the bibliography content control to deselect the bibliography. So we're going to click outside the box. Step 2, scroll up to display the top of page 3. All right, so let's go to page 3. And then we're going to click the Cruise 37 citation. And then you'll see that the content control appears around the citation. Step 3, we're going to click the Citation Options button. So we're going to click this down arrow. And then we're going to edit, not the citation, but we're going to edit the source. So let's edit the source. In the author box, we're going to double-click Cruise to select the author's last name, and then we're going to type a different spelling of Cruise. The author's name now reads Kruse, Natalia Cruz. Then we're going to click OK. We have edited the source. Click OK. And then a box appears, and we're going to tell it yes to close the message box and return to the document. Click anywhere on the page to deselect the citation content control, and then save the document. And as you can see, we now have the correct spelling in our paper. Last name of the author. Let's see here. We're going to save. Okay, now let's flip to page 48. You've edited the document text and the citation to include the correct spelling of Cruz, but now you need to update the bibliography to correct the spelling. Let's go down to the bottom so that you can see for yourself that it's not been corrected inside the box. I'm tired. The bibliography does not automatically change to reflect edits you make to existing citations or to show new citations. So we need to update the bibliography by scrolling down to page 5, that's where I'm at now, and clicking anywhere in the Works Cited list to display the content control. Click. In the Content Control tab, we're going to click Update Citations and Bibliography, that little tab right above Works Cited. And this updates it to the correct author spelling. Okay, steps for finalizing a word bibliography to match MLA guidelines for the works cited list. Well, we've got to format the works cited heading to match the formatting of the rest of our document text. We've got to center the works cited heading. We need to make sure that the entire works cited is double spaced, including the heading, and we need to remove any extra space after the paragraphs if there's any. We'll need to change the font size for the entire works cited to 12 points, just like we did the entire document. So to format the bibliography as an MLA style works cited list, we want to click in the works cited heading. So let's click in the heading. And then we're going to click the Home tab so that the Home tab ribbon appears. And in your Styles group, so move towards the center, more towards the right until you see the Styles. We're going to click Normal. We're going to click Normal. Okay, that matches the rest of our paper. It's now Calibri body font like the rest of the document. The MLA style for the works cited list requires this heading to be centered. So now we need to go up to the paragraph group and choose Center Align. And then next we need to select the entire works cited list, including the heading. So I'm going to select the list and change the font size to 12 because right now it's currently showing 11. Change it to 12. We need to double space, so we're going to go to the paragraph group of commands and choose the line and paragraph spacing, choose 2.0, and then while it's still selected we need to remove any extra paragraph spacing after each paragraph. You'll notice there's triple space in there, so we need to click on the line and paragraph spacing command and choose to remove space after paragraph, just as we did earlier in the body of the document. Click below the content control to deselect the works cited list and then review your work. All right, so we're going to click below and then review the work and make sure that it follows the guidelines, the MLA guidelines set out in the little figure boxes on pages, find the page. On pages 29, look at figure 2-17 and make sure that the Word document matches the MLA style list. And then flip over to page 48 and look at figure 2-33 and make sure that the works cited list matches the MLA guidelines. And that concludes the MLA style assignment module in chapter 2.